What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode. So if you guys saw the last video of the 240 being gone, I mentioned that I picked up 2 cars. Well, not yet, but I definitely bought one. I'm going to take a look at another one tomorrow. But I did buy another car. Now, this car that I bought isn't exactly... It's probably not what you're thinking. So since Luca got rid of his Golf, he had a little 2-liter Volkswagen Golf. Great car, reliable. He sold it for good money, and he drove it for 2 years. So basically going off of those lines, I kind of wanted to pick something up that's kind of along the same lines as that, because that playlist that I had for that budget build Golf was very popular. A lot of people loved it, and a lot of people were sad when we mentioned that we were getting rid of the Golf. So I bought something that's kind of along the same lines, but slightly better and then slightly worse at the same time. So I paid $500 for this car. Okay, so just starting right there, you guys can kind of have an idea as to what kind of car I bought. I didn't buy a 350Z, I didn't buy an R32 Volkswagen Golf, I didn't buy anything like that. But you are going to be quite impressed with what I bought for $500. So what this is a 2004, it has leather guts, it has a sunroof, it's got aluminum wheels, it's got a turbocharged 4-cylinder motor. It needs a little bit of love. It definitely needs a Milan-Detail, but mechanically, the thing is basically perfectly sound. So it does need brakes, and it needs an oil pressure sensor. But I mean, other than that, the car drives mint. Do you guys have an idea as to what I bought? Before I show you, I will show you in a second, but take a guess. What do you think I got? I'll give you another hint. It has all-wheel drive. Now this right here is going to be the giveaway. It has Quattro. I bought an Audi. I bought a 2004 Audi A4, 1.8 turbo, black exterior, beige leather interior, and the inside is, I mean, it's not that bad. Like, given that it's an old car and it wasn't really detailed, like a Milan-Detail, never got one yet, it's not that bad. So like, it is dirty, there are stains here and there, but like the leather's fine, everything else is mechanically good, which is the biggest part about buying a used car. Now, this thing does have 257,000 kilometers on it. Now, you might think, okay, that's a lot. Well, you're right, it is a lot. But for $500, that's not bad. And considering that most of these cars that you see on the market are going for around $3,000 to $5,000. Even considering the age and how it looks. So obviously, there's gonna be a lot of videos coming out for this thing regarding fixing this up, cleaning it up, making it mechanically good, and I might even have myself a new daily. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this thing or not. I don't know if I'm gonna flip it and make a little bit of money, maybe to help pay for some stuff for the Mini, or even for the new car that I have coming. But I have a V-dub. I am back to the German roots. This isn't an actual V-dub, but this is the Audi. It's a 1.8 turbo, so it's the same kind of motor that Luca had, but the better option. So in Luca's Golf, there was an optional 1.8 liter turbocharged motor. Luca didn't have that motor, but it's in here. So let me first give you a walk around as to what the Audi looks like. Okay, so we're gonna start with the outside first. So the outside looks pretty good. I'll bring you to the front. Headlights need a polish. The car needs a clean and a half, that's for sure. But like, there's not really any stone chips or anything found on the hood. All that you're seeing is dirt. So if I were to go ahead and just clean this and give the car a nice polish, it would look so much better. Moving over to the front fender area, you can see that, again, you've got these scratches all over it. We've got a little bit of rust forming down on the bottom part here. Now, what I'm gonna do to take care of that is I'm gonna remove the fender liner, and I wanna see if there's a whole bunch of gunk found behind that, because that is a problem area with the Volkswagen Golfs, and I'll bet that this is the exact same kind of thing. The rust starts down here and works its way up. As for the wheels and tires are all mechanically good. The brakes, however, are not. So I'll bring you guys in for a close-up. I have new pads and rotors, both front and back, coming in. Those are gonna be replacing the ones that are on there now. As for the wheels and tires, they're good mechanically. Again, they just need a detail. Same thing kind of goes for the rest of the vehicle. It's all mechanically sound, everything works. I drove the car home perfectly fine, but it just needs a little bit of loving. It needs a little bit of TLC. Audi A4, we got our 1.T Quattro badge on the back. Dual exhaust. And I've got to say, for $500, I'm really impressed with this buy. Again, a little dirty. Mechanically, the brakes need to be replaced, but I mean, even still, if that's the worst part of the mechanical problems on this car, I am very content. We got window tint on there. So I will put money down that as soon as I'm done detailing this, this is gonna look so much better than how it is now. So I'm gonna take some pictures and might take a few little videos or whatever showing you guys, or at least recording the state of the condition right now. And then later, after the car is done, I'm gonna show you how much better this is going to look. So all the gunk that you see on the brakes, gone. Tires are gonna look nice and shiny. The paint is gonna be perfectly polished. I'm gonna make this thing look super nice. But for $500, I'd say this is definitely a good buy. Now if we move to go into the engine bay, I will show you one little mechanical problem that we have. Can you see the problem? The hood strut that I have doesn't work. So if I were to just let go, the thing drops. But we've got our little 1.8 turbo motor in here. I've got to change the oil pressure sensor, which is found on the back side of the engine. It's not really a difficult thing to change, but that does need to be changed. I'm pretty sure it's a really inexpensive fix too. So the part itself isn't gonna break the bank. It looks like the previous owner did have an aftermarket sound system in here, because you can see that we've got the wiring, we have our fuse, and more wiring going towards the back of the car. If I'm not mistaken, there was a sub inside the trunk. Getting in the car, we can see that the engine turns on and runs perfectly good. Starts up, no check engine lights, is super quiet. Now I do have a warning on the top of the screen right in here. So you can see that we have a light out. Fuel is low, fuel's over here, that's not a really big deal. Oil pressure sensor, I'm not sure if you just saw that, but the oil pressure sensor needs to be replaced. And you can see that we've got that indicator right there. Car has 257,000 kilometers on it. Car runs and drives perfectly fine. If it didn't, I wouldn't consider buying this car, because I know Audis are a little bit more expensive to fix than Volkswagens, only because it's the nicer brand model, but there are nice bells and whistles found in this car. Now the previous owner also installed an aftermarket single DIN head unit. So you can see that it's a nice Kenwood unit. Sound system works good. But that's not really the focus as to why I bought the car. We've got an automatic transmission. We have nice leather beige seats. They do sure need a clean. Same thing with the carpets and the floor mats, but I mean, that's not really anything I can really be picky about. It's got power windows, automatic down, automatic up. This model comes with factory HIDs in the headlights, so once I polish up the headlights and make them look nice, the light output of those projectors is going to make the light look a lot better, and we're going to be able to see everything that's in front of us a lot better. So you can see, because the headlights aren't really clear, the light output that's going to be coming out of those nice projectors, even though I have HIDs, is not going to be projected onto the road because it's going to be clouded by this contaminant. We're going to be able to polish that up and make them look like glass. Continuing with the interior, you can see we've got these seats, automatic tranny. This is probably a really great car, and this would be so much more practical than my Accord, especially because it has rear seats. That's a huge thing, because you can throw whatever you want in the back, and you've also got a pretty big trunk back there. But you can see that it does definitely need a detail. Look at this crap. So a vacuum, a steam clean, and definitely some magic erasers are gonna go a long ways on this car. I'm gonna put money down that the people that owned this before me had kids, because you can see there's a lot of crap back there. So considering how cheap this car is, this isn't going to be affecting me getting my next car. So I'll be looking at another vehicle tomorrow. I'm going to Peterborough to go take a look at it. But if it looks to be a nice car, I'll probably be taking it home and parking it right there. But if you guys want to see anything in particular with this car, let me know. If you guys want to see some stuff about this thing, I'd be happy to show you guys what I can do to it, what I can't do to it, maybe some modifications to it, or whatever. I know for a fact it needs detail. If there's anything in particular you guys want to see, let me know. There's the comment section down there, so you guys can talk to me and let me know what you want to see. Now, I'm kind of pumped because I love getting cars like this. When they're beaters, when they're not really taken care of, and when they're neglected, and when you make them look that much better, it feels good. Especially because once this is clean, it's gonna be worth a lot more. A lot of people underestimate the fact that cleaning your car can make a huge difference on not only how much it looks like it's worth, but also how much it actually is worth. So this car, dirty, 500 bucks. I can go down to any random person after I clean this and I'll ask them, how much do you think this car's worth? What would you pay for it? And I will put money down that every single one of those people are gonna say more than 500 bucks. Yeah. So I don't really know what I'm gonna be doing with this thing yet, but let me know in the comment section. Now, definitely the Mini is going to be getting some work done to it. Now, I'm only gonna be working on this when I can't work on this. So I've got to send the motor out. I have all of the internals for my engine now, so I can send all that stuff out, get it done, so I can get everything back together. So I'm excited to work on that now, but I've also got another little project here. So this shouldn't take too long. Even if I just detail it and fix it, I could get this thing done in a matter of a weekend. But let me know, comment section down there. Let me know what you guys want to do with it. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.